Hello and welcome. The Crimson Harvest has descended upon us. And not only are they're the legacy sites that you know and are familiar with from last year, but there are these new Biocybernetic Incident sites. Edencom has been fucking around with cloning technology and things have gone wrong. So there are these new kind of new bro friendly geared sites. There's class 1, 2, and 3 of these sites. And what you're going to be doing is going into these sites, defending them for about 10 minutes, killing a bunch of waves of Ventures and some Mordu's Legion that come after you, and trying to survive. And then at the very end, there's going to be a boss of a Squall. He's got really powerful missiles, so you got to be watch out for that. And if you kill him, you will get a bunch of good loot. So kind of, we're going to go through the site. We're going to talk about the site. And without further ado, I guess let's go ahead and hop right on in. So here we are. We are going to be doing a C2 site version of this site. The C1 is for T1 frigates only, just very specifically T1 frigates. Nothing special. And it can be completed by anyone, for sure. Easy peasy. The C2 sites ramp up their difficulty a little bit, and you can use T1 frigates, including pirate and navy versions of those frigates, as well as T2 frigates. Pirate and T1 destroyers and T2 frigates. So basically what you do is you go approach and orbit this center little ring here, and then this ring will appear, and you need to stay within this middle ground for the duration of the site. You are not allowed to leave, or else the site will fail. And so we're going to be killing all of these Ventures, and you want to hopefully kill them before a bunch of them spawn and overwhelm you. Some things to note is there are also these shuttles that will occasionally appear, and they are kind of like little extra loot tokens, loot goblins. So you can also throw down your MTU, and don't forget to bookmark your MTU as soon as you put it down. And there are also the Garmers, the Mordu's Legions that will spawn, and these guys are going to be doing the ewar against you. It webs, neutralizers, paints, things of that variety. And later on, there will also be a Orthrus that spawns, and that will point you for a little bit and also do explosive damage, whereas the rest of these guys in the site are doing exclusively EM and thermal damage. And here's one of these shuttles that I was talking about. You can need to kill it before it gets away, and you can get a little bit of extra loot. Speaking of loot, what you can expect to get in these sites is the C1 version is going to give you about 4 million ISK and maybe some goodies as well. The C2 version is going to give you about 15 million ISK and maybe hopefully some goodies as well. And then the C3 is probably going to give you about 30 million ISK in tokens and then hopefully some goodies as well. So it may be a decent activity to get some ISKies, depending on how you get your other ISK in the game. But if you're brand new and you're looking for something to do, something interesting, intriguing, a little bit of a challenge, then definitely these are worth checking out. And also, as you can kind of see, we're starting to get a lot, the waves are piling up. And so there are these unstable generators, these little lightning bolt containers on the site, and you can pop these to do AoE damage to all of the enemies in the grid, and that will hopefully clear out a lot of your problems. You do have 2 uses of them in the site, but also you want to try and keep them for specific moments. That being kind of when the Orthrus comes, when there's probably going to be a lot of heat and damage on you. It's not exactly a super great fun time to be there. And then also when the final boss spawns, the Squall, if you could get some extra damage on the Squall quickly, that definitely can help out in your not dying endeavors. I have gone back and forth with a bunch of different fits. Right now we are testing an afterburner fit, just to kind of speed tank a little bit, see how that goes. It is possible that I will fail this site. We have been honestly very unsuccessful. Again, I am playing on basically a brand new account. All they have done is spent their SP, their 1 million SP for their recruiter friend, and that's pretty much it. So if we could do this on that kind of character, then you should be able to do this on any other kind of character. So if you've been playing for a month, few weeks, you should hopefully be able to make some good headway in these. Speaking of drones, they will aggro to the drones. So if you're using a ship that is not specifically a bonused drone health ship, like the Algos here, then they will probably get chewed up pretty easily. But if you're using a specific ship, then you can hopefully be just fine. And you can kind of like let the enemy's tank split the tank between your drones and yourself, and I find that that does actually help a good bit. Also, in case you don't know, whenever you're getting ewared, if you want to target the thing that is ewaring you, just hold down Control and click this little icon here. That's going to target whatever is doing that thing to you. So you can quickly take care of those nasty little garmers. We are also using a passive shield tanking fit. Something that is important to know about passive shield tanking fits is that their passive regen is maximum at 33% shield stability. Why this is, who knows why. It's been that way forever. There's a formula. You can check it out on Eve Uni if you're interested. And fun fact, it follows the same formula with capacitor. So as long as your capacitor stays above 33%, then you're pretty much hunky-dory. Looks like this Hornet is taking a little bit too much heat. So we're going to go ahead and return them to the bay and then send out a replacement Hornet. Also, your drones do kind of like to go willy-nilly and maybe not attack the same target. So make sure that you are being a good drone parent if you're flying a drone ship and telling them to all attack the same thing. Here's another one of these shuttles. Let's try and kill it before it warps away. And then the waves are starting to get a little bit out of hand here. We're going to go ahead and target this generator. And we are basically just waiting until the Orthrus shows up, which is going to be a cruiser. So just pay attention and look for cruisers. He will also point you. And so when you see that you are being pointed, that's probably going to be a good time to blow this shit to high heaven. Was that the wave for him? Doesn't look like it. But we are getting pretty low on health here. So I think we're going to go ahead and blow that up anyways. That did actually end up taking out one of my drones. And so it doesn't actually look like the afterburner tank is going to be working out too well. But we're gonna try and tough it out here. If you do ever leave this grid or this little circle for about 30 seconds or leave the site will fail unless / until when the squall, the boss, shows up. He will try and point you, but if you warp away from the site, he will stay there. And so if you're on the ball, all right, so there's the Orthrus. So we're going to actually go ahead. Let's bring our drones in just so I don't want to blow them up. And then we're going to blow this generator up. And we're actually just going to warp out because this is not working. And actually, this Orthrus is still not dead. And so let's go ahead and align. And we're going to try and kill this Orthrus quickly and then warp out.
Warp drive active.
And so we made it alive with our ship, but sadly we were unable to complete the site. So it seems like our test of our afterburner was not the best. And instead a resistance module would be a little bit better. But hopefully that gives you a pretty good idea and overview of the site. All you need to do, we needed to wait probably about 1 more minute if you saw the agency window over here. And then the boss would spawn. Again, the boss will try and kite you at about 15 kilometers away. It does exclusively explosive damage. It's missiles. It's a lot, so be prepared. And he will point you, not scram you. But yeah, after that, you just gather all the loot up and you're good to go. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully that was a good explanation overview for you. And I believe that you can do this site no problemo and make lots of iskies and have a good fun time. Enjoy the Crimson Harvest, and I will fly interesting and see you next time.